Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction 2015. Please, will you welcome our host for the evening, Lauren Laverne.
Hello everyone, good evening ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2015 Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction. What a packed crowd. How's everybody feeling? Oh, well, that is a good fireworks noise. That's a good vowel. So it's great to see you all here in this beautiful, beautiful setting, London's Royal Festival Hall. Thank you very much to everybody too who's tuned in online to watch our live stream. It's great to have you with us as well. Tonight, as you know, we gather to celebrate the excellence, originality and accessibility in writing by women throughout the world, which the prize has celebrated for 20 years now. Now, 2015 is obviously a really exciting time to be a woman. It's an even more exciting time to be a reader. More women's voices than ever before are being heard around the world. Some of them have got new stories to tell, others are articulating experiences that have yet to be recorded, and still others perform that very special literary magic trick of making us see the familiar differently. We hear a lot about the people who are making us richer, but not enough about those whose ideas are enriching our lives. And it's a real pleasure to be here tonight to applaud some very, very talented women who belong in the latter category. Well done to them. So we're going to be hearing from this year's Chair of Judges, Shami Chakrabarti, later on. But first, I'd like to welcome to the stage co-founder and Chair of the Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction, Kate Moss.
Yes, you thought you'd got away without me doing a speech. But no, I am doing a speech. Thank you, Lauren. It's lovely to hand over the responsibility for keeping a publishing crowd in order. The agents are the worst, incidentally. The Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction, as you all know, honours excellence, originality, imagination and accessibility, and exceptional writing by women from all over the world. We were founded as an international prize celebrating diversity, and we're proud of that. We're a prize that faces outwards to readers, a prize that funds education and literacy projects. Now, tonight, we're about to announce our 20th winner, and when you came in, I think you saw all the beautiful pictures of the jackets of all the winners, and it's made us all feel a bit old, obviously, and a little bit tearful. Since 1997, the world publishing, of course, has changed a great deal, mostly and gloriously for the better, but in some ways for the worse. There are places where the rights of girls and women, even to read, let alone to write, is under threat, and the silencing of those considered outside the mainstream through reasons of ethnicity, nationality, sexuality, gender, age, religion continues. And fiction can and does make a difference, because novels, beautiful and exquisite, slip into the gaps between what can and cannot be said. So the need to celebrate women's creativity, to promote diversity and access to publishing remains as necessary now as it ever did. And so we will continue to champion women's voices from all over the world, writing about every subject under the sun in whichever way we choose to do it. So what have we been up to in 2015? Well, we entered into a partnership with the fashion brand Whistles, Whistles, thank you, to take books out onto the high street and extend the reach of the prize. We set up reading corners in key branches and distributed some 23,000 book club guides, as well as holding a sellout event with our 205 winner Lionel Shriver in Whistle's flagship London store. We continue to support writers at the beginning of their careers through our 5-year partnership with Grazia and our popular First Chapter competition. You're going to hear a bit more about that in a moment. And in 2015, we also ran a series of book quiz events supported by Grazia in all bar ones in Leeds, Liverpool, and London. I've been told that the alliteration was entirely unintentional. But if there's anybody here from Lichfield and just let me know afterwards. In partnership with the reading agency, nearly 900 libraries across the UK carried the shortlist promotions. The Bailey's Prize for Fiction, we're told, is the best supported library promotion in the calendar, and many library-based reading groups are holding events tonight to celebrate this year's winner. And if any of you are watching on our live stream, you're very welcome too. I think everybody in the room should wave to the libraries across the country, 900 libraries taking. That is feeble, feeble. Oh no, I shouldn't have next week. So, to our events. On Monday, and the Grazia Bailey's This Book Club Live, and a packed Purcell room listened to the 2015 Chair of Judges, Shami Chakrabarti, Whistle CEO, Jane Shepherdson, and authors Grace Dent, Polly Vernon, and Aminata Fauna share stories about the books by women that had most influenced their lives and careers. Then yesterday evening, just shy of 1,000 people flocked to the QEH next door to hear 5 of the 6 shortlisted authors read from their novels. The actor Stanley Tucci did the honors for Anne Tyler. I'd like to thank everyone who took part and welcome not only this year's shortlisted and longlisted authors, but also all those previously shortlisted and longlisted, and not only from our prize, but from all the prizes that are out there, and our guest reviewers. And I'd also like to welcome our brilliant judging panel for 2015, judges of prizes past, and those yet to come. And if you don't want to be a judge and you're a woman, avoid me. Finally, before I hand back to Lauren, a few thank yous. Each year, this list gets longer, so I've got to be brutal. So thanks to our long-term partners at Book Trust and the Reading Agency, all at Sunshine and Freud, known as, of course, the Freudians and the Sunshiners, especially Amanda Johnson for PR support over many, many years. To all at the South Bank, both tonight and for the last 2 nights, who've looked after us so well, and to Lettice and all of the staff there. To the late Grizzle Niven, creator of the Bessie, as she sits over there, and our anonymous donor. And thanks to our patrons and the wonderful board of the Women's Prize for Fiction, especially the prize managing director, Harriet Hastings. Oh, there we are. Did you pay people, Harry, to do that? Brilliant. And last but by no means least, I'd like to pay tribute to Syl Salah, Ros Healy, Orla Flanagan, Anna Laker, and the entire team at Bailey's Diageo. 2 years ago, I stood on this stage to announce a new partnership, to say how Bailey's ambitions and aspirations to celebrate women's achievements and to have fun while doing it seemed to match our own. It's never easy moving into a new relationship with a new sponsor, well, indeed any new relationship with anybody, I suppose, but I can honestly say, guys, that your enthusiasm and commitment in that shabby, time-worn phrase has meant this is all a pleasure and the prize is going from strength to strength. So can you raise your glasses? Here's to us, all of us. Lauren. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kate. And now, before we crack on with tonight's proceedings, I would like to welcome to the stage the Chief Marketing Officer of Diageo, Syl Salah, to welcome everybody on behalf of prize partner Bailey's.
Right, hopefully the technology will hold up. The difficulty of forgetting your notes, bring your computer. Thank you, Lauren, and where is she? Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Harriet. And it has been a labor of love working with the prize, hugely fun working with the prize team, and I think together we are making real progress on our common goals. First of all, of getting more books written by women into the hands of more readers everywhere. Hurrah. It's right, it's good, it's important. And also, of making sure women get the recognition they deserve for the brilliant work they create. It's been an interesting year for women. Debate continues about whether or not we still need to focus on women's equality in the developed world. After all, in this country alone, we've had a woman prime minister, recently a female bishop, and in all walks of life, women are reaching more and more leadership positions. Just 2 months ago, questions were raised at International Women's Day about the role. Why do we still celebrate it in places like the UK? After all, girls are outperforming boys in school. Women have equal rights by law. As Kate mentioned, in many countries they don't. And gender bias is no longer politically correct to talk about, at least. So given this, what's all the fuss? I actually had this discussion with my family on Sunday night at dinner. Some of them are here tonight. And my son Jake, who's 21, was the most vocal. He believes, and I love him for it, that his generation will naturally grow up with a different view of women. A view which means that these debates will no longer be necessary. I so hope that he's right. But I wouldn't count on it. Yeah, Jake. I hope he's watching. Now, I think it's important to remember that this debate isn't about better. It's about equal. And I think that equal is better for everybody. Thank you for the woo. You can tweet that. I stole it from somebody else. Now, Jake may be partially right, which is unusual because he generally thinks he's completely right. But this time, he may be. I agree, we are making progress. But it's simply not fast enough. In the US, for example, where I'm from, 500 CEOs in the S&P 500, only 23 are women. In the UK, I love this fact, there are more men named John than there are women on FTSE 100 boards. And there are an incredible number of amazing women writing brilliant stories that bring real joy to our lives. And yet, the percent of books written by women that are reviewed in major titles stands at just 28%. Could this potentially contribute to the clear imbalance between the number of male and female prize winners? I think you should be the ones to judge that. Last week, in fact, a feature in the New York Times asked, let me get the title right, does an award like the Bailey's Prize for Fiction help or hurt the cause for women? Zoe Heller answered. She said, I'm going to read it so I get it right. I hate the idea of describing any sort of fiction as a cause. It makes it sound like something virtuous, but it's fundamentally tedious. Okay? Now, I love her books, and she has a right to say what she likes, but I don't think the prize is about women's fiction as a cause. The prize is about shining a light on women and their achievement. The prize is about the power of role models, which I think is vastly underutilized. I'm proud that Diageo is the FTSE 100 company that has the highest number of women in senior positions. 45% of our board are women, and 40% of our executive are women. Yay, Diageo! I've said that before, it always gets a cheer. It makes me so happy. I just think of speeches to be able to put that into it, you know, it's great. But that's not really the point. The point is, diversity creates a different conversation. It creates a better conversation in the boardroom. But even more importantly, the impact it has on the younger women in our company is it helps them be able to look up and say, I can do that. Because they see somebody who looks like them. I'm equally proud that Kate and her team of audacious partners established this extremely successful prize 20 years ago. And I have no doubt that shining a spotlight on female literary talent inspires others out there who perhaps wouldn't naturally have the confidence to pursue their passion to do so. We must continue to pave the way for others. The Bailey's Prize sets the stage for other writers to take their lead from women who have been successful in the multitude of roles they manage. I'm forever asking Kate, I think she gets a little bored of this. I say, how do you find time to unleash your creative brilliance? She blushes, I continue, and say, with the myriad of professional commitments that you manage and a multi-generational household to look after. It's amazing. And this room, I mean, as I look out into this room is filled with amazing role models who can make a difference to others. We can all create a world where there's opportunity for everyone to succeed. We can all accelerate this journey to equality. Putting women in the spotlight, things like tonight, is one really important way of doing that. But there are other, more everyday ways that also make a huge difference. We know that when women get together and inspire one another, we are able to achieve great things, not only for ourselves, but in the wider community. And it is that special connection between women that compelled us to create the program that Kate mentioned, #ThisBookClub. We all know the power that stories have to bring us together. There's a certain indescribable magic that happens when you share a book, a story, or just precious time with people who make you feel absolutely brilliant. And that's what this book club is all about. I see people toasting each other. It's so great. You just demonstrated the phenomena I'm talking about. Thank you. So listen, I'm out of time. Let me close with a heartfelt thanks to Kate, Harriet, where are you? There she is. The prize board, Shami, the judges, for not only being great partners, but for being exceptional role models for us all. For being exceptional company for me and the Baileys team on this extraordinary journey. I am so proud tonight we celebrate not only our winner, but the 6, and I'm looking for them, they are over there, yes, but the 6 exceptionally talented women who have made our shortlist. I have no doubt that they all will inspire future generations of women to say, I can do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sil. Okay, so it's time to move on to the first of this evening's awards. Please welcome to the stage Natasha Perlman, editor of Grazia, to reveal the winner of the 2015 Grazia First Chapter competition.
This is now the 5th year that we have done the First Chapter Prize with Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction, and it really is one of the collaborations we are most proud of at Grazia. This year, over 600 of our readers wrote in to continue The New Friend, the story brilliantly started by Jojo Moyes. The winner was chosen after our judges, including Jojo herself, decided her entry had picked up perfectly from where the intro had left off, and had real potential to be developed into a first novel. Everyone said they couldn't wait to read more. I was hooked immediately. So without further ado, I would like you to all join me in congratulating Claire Rillett, this year's winner of the Grazia First Chapter Prize.
I was just loitering by the staircase in case somebody turned an ankle. It can happen. There's some fierce heels in this room as well as excellent stories. Thank you very much, Natasha. Huge congratulations to you, Claire. So now for the big moment. The winner of the 2015 Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction. Here to tell you more about the judges' journey this year and to announce our 20th winner is 2015 Chair of Judges, Shami Chakrabarti.
Good evening. You may respond. Nearly there, don't worry. I shall be short, it comes naturally. My mum taught me to read before I went to school. She loved her novels, and you know what? She loved a drop of Baileys too. True. And there hasn't been a moment during this most daunting of privileges of chairing this year's prize that I haven't thought of her. And I remember her right now. I want you to just briefly join me in paying tribute to my own fantasy book club, my fellow judges this year, who are Laura Bates, Grace Dent, Helen Dunmore, and Kathy Newman. I'm glad you're warmed up, this is good. And now, please join me in welcoming to the stage your 2015 shortlisted authors.
Rachel Carline. Laline Paul, The Bees. Carmela Shamsi, A God in Every Stone. Ali Smith, How to Be Both. Anne Tyler, A Spool of Blue Thread, represented by her editor, Becky Hardy, Deputy Publishing Director of Chatto and Windus. Sarah Waters, The Paying Guests.
And now, very briefly, let me remind you of the wonderful books that they wrote.
Outline is Rachel Cusk's 8th novel, described by the judges as startlingly unique. Refuses to pander to expectations, resulting in a stubborn sideways type of literary perfection.
She tells the story so perfectly through her own voice, and she's a writer writing about writing, so always a hard job, but it's done really well.
The Bees is a debut novel by screenwriter and playwright Laline Paul. The judge that it's brilliantly inventive and enthralling, having the allegorical power of Animal Farm.
I thought it was frightening, gripping, and ambitious.
History comes alive, say the judges, in A God in Every Stone, Carmilla Shamsi's sixth novel, which eloquently brings the history of World War I to life.
Inspiring, evocative, historic.
Author of 6 novels, Ali Smith's latest work, How to Be Both, is described by this year's judges as modern literary magic, exploring our humanity with the most beautiful poetic prose.
I think it's an unusual setting, unusual idea, and a lot of thoughts got into it for a totally different kind of experience for the reader.
Anne Tyler's 20th novel, A Spool of Blue Thread, returns once more to family life. Described by our judging panel as mesmerising, The Whitshank family are tragic, comic and absorbing.
I think it was the whole description of the family dynamic and the relationship.
You feel like you can recognise all the characters in them.
The Paying Guests is Sarah Waters' 6th novel. The judges have noted it as gripping and unputdownable. The combination of romance and crime is both engrossing and hugely satisfying.
It's page-turner. There's some humour in there as well, but it's gripping, and it's just a fantastic celebratory love story between 2 women as well.
The defining characteristic of a winning book is that it doesn't have ingredients that you can predict.
It's something that really could take the world by storm.
It could be comedy, it could be about the tone, it could be about the character.
It's got to be a book that just, the pages just turn themselves.
I want it to be brilliant and excellent, and I want and moving.
It is the book that does something unexpected, that feels completely right. That's what I'm looking for.
There you have it. And so, the 2015 winner of the Bailey's Prize for Women's Fiction is Ali Smith for How to Be Both, Hamish Hamilton. Are you sure? Oh my God, I really haven't written a speech. Now I have to make one, and I'm going to have to say some thank yous. First of all, to that fantastically discerning panel of judges. Oh no, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. I know what a difficult thing it is to judge any prize like this, so I cannot believe that this book has come to the surface in this way, on this shortlist, which could have gone, could any day have gone equally 6 ways. It's such a good shortlist, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm going to now say thank you to the people who need thanked about this book even existing. Simon Prosser, my editor, who has the kind of faith that makes you know what the word faith means. So when you do come in and you say, I want to do something which is really outlandish, can I do it? And he goes, well, okay. And lets you produce a book like this and allows it to, and makes the book possible. And Anna Ridley, my brilliant publicist, who has seen me through this process with such grace. I can't even believe I'm up here. And Anna Kelly, who was at Hamish Hamilton when I brought the book in its manuscript and dumped it on her desk, and she, oh my God, she saw it through harbour like the most brilliant navigator. Thank you, Anna and Simon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tracy, my agent, for seeing me through, Tracy from Wiley's, seeing me through this process with the kind of, you know, you think your agent's got your back, but actually Wiley's has got your back, your sides, and your front, you know? And there's something about that makes you feel so encased that you could actually write a book in this two-form thing and you'd go ahead with it and not feel like an idiot. I really am shocked. I'm completely amazed on this shortlist. And I think, you know what? I really am speechless. Sarah, my darling, my partner, who has seen me through all these books to a point that I could not have foreseen. Oh my God. It's unthinkable, you know. I went into Penguin a year ago with the manuscript, and we've had the most amazing year with this book, and this is just unbelievable. It's not even my birthday. Thank you, 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 thank you.
Well, that concludes the 2015 proceedings. Enormous congratulations to Ali, of course, and as well to all of this year's shortlisted authors. Thank you very much to our speakers this evening. As I'm sure you know, we are just getting started with the party. The brilliant Goldie Rocks is going to be playing for you, so you can continue to enjoy this beautiful weather. Let's give our winning author a final huge round of applause, and you can go off and enjoy your evening.